Hey guys, so little 2-night camping trip, at least 2 nights. Here's the moonrise coming up over Great Slave Lake. The island we were going to camp on is right there, and there was like almost 30 something kids on there. Apparently some sort of summer camp type thing, so here we are. I've never been on this island before, so I have no idea what it's like. It's okay camping, I guess, as far as the tent goes. We'll see. Maybe we'll explore here tomorrow, but they're supposed to be gone around 2 o'clock tomorrow, so we'll probably head back. I dare say they probably cleaned up all the firewood on that little island, so we'll see. We got our stove, but it's nice to have a fire. There's quite a few bugs out, but since it is 2 nights, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible each time I film it, and hopefully we'll have enough to do us for the weekend. Well, there's fish bones here, so that's a good sign. We brought our fishing gear. Barbara's getting the life jackets because we did have a tent site up there, but I want to be a little closer to the boat, especially if the wind changes directions, just to maybe catch that before it turns. But there she is. We'll see you guys in a minute. Well, there's Barbara down there. It's almost dark here. What time is it, Barbara? Like 11?
I don't know. I can't get to my...
I'll get it. Just give me a second. And we just finished putting the tent up. Still gotta let my mattress inflate. I gotta buy another mattress like Barbara's, one of them foam roll-up jobbies. Mosquitoes are horrible. Got wet wood to burn. I brought 2 dry pieces just to get something started, but I might save that for tomorrow night. Even birch bark doesn't want to burn.
Look, you can see the lights of Yellowknife.
Of Yellowknife or Detta? Yeah, so here's our spot. There's our cool moonrise. I thought I heard wolves a little while ago, but it seemed to quiet down. Got the shotgun loaded. Put buckshot in it for bedtime duty. But those lights out there, that's the Dene community of Detta. So you can check that out on the map. Here's your island. I didn't see any bear sign, so that's a good sign, hopefully. So we got spray in the shoddy. So I am going to sign off for the night here. This was just kind of a fly out setup, and then tomorrow the fun begins. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night. For being quiet. Well, good morning, guys. Under a kind of harsh northern sky this morning. Wasn't calling for this, but can't always go based on what they're calling for. Town is up that way. There's been some thunder going off, and I saw some lightning coming down there. I did even see some coming across the sky atop of us here. But that's life in the north, huh? You never know. But I'm not too keen on standing up in the middle of that island. We might hang around close to the edge here for a little bit until this blows over. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. Barbara's still asleep. Oh man. I'll have to just keep staring at it here and catch a bolt for you guys and just edit out all the waiting. Here's our setup from last night. So, got a little bit of brush here to get a fire going again this morning. Oh, that might catch again. Sounds dry. The boat didn't float away on us. That's a bonus. Yeah. Mrs. is still in there. Here's our island. And of course, well, maybe you guys will see that flash back there. Our unplanned island, huh? Well, I'm going to finish getting dressed and get the fire going. See you guys in a minute. Another one. Better over there than here. Well, it was pretty much dark when we got here last night, so we didn't get to poke around this island and explore it much, but I found a more common fire pit, where people tie their boats up here. But it was pretty rough coming from this side over at the most of the big lake there and blowing this way, so there's no way I was putting the boat there last night, let alone getting out of the boat there, unless I had to. So we got a little protected cove down that way. Might even clear up on the other side of this big old thunder cell. Let's get a tarp on. And there goes a bald eagle that just got chased off the tip of our island by a smaller bird. They're not so big and tough. Well, there's only so much you can do with these little baby tamaracks here. But we've got our ridge line set up with a running bowline and a toggle. I've got 2 Prusik loops here with toggles on them, and then a trucker's hitch down at the end. Got most of my junk under here, so if it does rain, it's not going to get our stuff wet. And it's still rolling through, but I think it's going to miss our little island here, but it still sounds like it's going to do something. Definitely a few bugs around. Bugs are definitely getting bad. Gonna smudge them. Some pretty damp wood too. I might even put this in here. Let that work its way through. Well, the heavens have opened up. Trying to, at least, peek through. A lot of boat traffic. One just went out into the big lake, and there's two more coming through here, so I dare say there's some folks heading out there for the weekend. So somebody decided to join the living.
Ah, hi.
What time is it?
8:52. It's not that late.
Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. But yeah, look at this. The sun came out. Mostly clear skies. And there's a boat going out right now. Looks like it has a console. There's nobody at the transom. Should be coming out in the middle
Is there
here.
a cabin right there too? I keep looking at.
Yeah, that's the brown cabin I was talking about. So we've got one over there and one on the backside of that hill. Yeah, getting some tea going here. I've been up since about 4 o'clock, and Barbara just got up a couple minutes ago. So yeah, just a simple Siberian pot stand. The saw makes pretty short work of it, but it actually worked just as well. You do, huh? Oh, I slept okay. I was too warm last night. Yeah. Well, you gotta roll it and stuff it.
Oh, you do have to.
Yeah. Get some thicker firewood again. Just keep this hot. Put some good stuff on it. Here's something a lot of people down south probably don't know or remember, but birch, although it's a poor firewood, can be used as a firewood even when it's green. And you'll see people up on the tundra do this too, use dwarf birch to make tea. So yeah, we had to use one for some bushcraft tasks anyways, figure might as well not waste it. But the twigs will definitely burn pretty readily. The branches and the trunk, you're probably going to want to split that up until you get a really good hot fire going. But even green, cut right off the ground that minute, you're going to be able to burn it in the worst case scenario. And there's the proof. Just gets to a certain temperature and boom. It does throw a bit of heat still too, so it should keep things going well. I'm just cleaning up camp with it, but just in case you get stuck somewhere and you can't find some dead standing stuff, don't be afraid to try to get something going with birch, as long as you get a little bit of dry wood or some sort of accelerant to get it started. Let's check out my tea here too. Some spruce tip and Labrador tea. Should be good for what ails you. Barbara's doing all the easy stuff.
What?
Putting camp away. It started raining, a little sun shower. But got the bush tea, and Barbara's got a book. What are you reading?
I'm reading The Far Side of the Sky, a novel of love and death in Shanghai.
Interesting.
Daniel Kala. It's Good.
We just chucked our stuff under here before we pack up in the boat, just so it doesn't get wet. Well, it's certainly decided to rain on us here.
It's really pressing down on me.
It's getting windy too, and I've got my ridge line as tight as I can get it, but the trees keep moving in when the wind catches this, so we just gotta make do. But what you can do, let's see, so my ridge line goes up into that tree. If you had enough line or more extra line, you could go down the back of it like a guy line to a root ball, because I mean all the trees are going to be this flexible, but you go down to the root and then tension that with a trucker's hitch, then that'll keep this tree from moving back in. Another cool trick. So if you got one of these thermarest pads, it doesn't need to go all the way out to your feet if you're just laying here taking a break. So if you bring it under your knees, and then you would have all this extra stuff here. If you roll it up, you get a pillow. How cool is that? Oh. And it's a squishy pillow too. I kind of like it. Works pretty good. Barb is hunkered down. This will pass now, just showers. Why not do a little Swiss Army knife project? And I got two of them with me this week, or weekend I should say. I've got an old soldier here and my Huntsman. I think we'll go with the Huntsman.
We're gonna have to get yourself. You can have that one. I'll get myself a new one.
What's wrong with this one?
Make the first and last stitch together.
Some tent pegs for this tarp. And what way do we want this to go? I'll put the skinnier end in the ground. A notch in the back here. So when you carve these, wherever you put your notch, just having a rough time, wherever you put your notch, have a flat side to your three-pointed stick or sharp point. Because what'll happen if you had it, say, facing this way, that might push through the dirt. but that flat side has a little bit better chance of not being pulled backwards. That's all you need for a tent peg, pretty much. We're just going to use that for the tarp here.
Can I see? No, you don't have to.
No. Depending on the dirt, I mean, we're on some pretty soft stuff here.
Oh yeah.
So, where it's long enough, then we can get a little extra purchase on it. If it works in, if it was short, it might want to spin out. But yeah. Now we just gotta make some little loops to attach this to our tarp. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this stuff here, just some polypropylene twine. I'm gonna go a little further back on the roll probably because my cat's got it all chewed up here. You're gonna want a lighter to melt this stuff off. You could even cut it with your lighter, honestly. That one, oh, it's nice and hot.
How not to knit?
There we go. All right. Now what I'm wanting is something just a little bit bigger, because the holes in this tarp, the grommets are almost a little too small to put a proper stick in it that'll hold anything. So let's see what we're going to have here when this is all said and done. Yeah, that'll work. Pretty close. When it gets windy, you can just hide this in here. It's not too bad today. Just try to do it without burning myself. Same thing on this end. Just go. Give her a little melt. All right. Now what I'm going to do, you could tie this any way you really like. So if you want to just lay these together, and you know, yeah, we'll show you a couple different ways. So the real quick and simple way to do it, because we're not going to be doing anything else with this, is to bring these two ends together and then just tie an overhand knot in it. And there you go. So this is not going to be a tensioning line. This is going to be just basically an extension of the holes. Because what you could do is tie a taut line hitch on this, but we don't need to worry about that for this. Another knot you could tie, it's called the fisherman's knot. So you lay these across each other, and each one gets an overhand knot tied around the line that it's on. That one goes there. And that one goes there. You pull them tight. And now you got another loop. So, let's go attach that. Alright, and here's the issue. Anything that's going to fit in these grommets is not going to be a very big or sturdy stick. So all I'm going to do is pass this through here. So you've got one part of your loop coming through, and then just take the other part through itself. That's just called a lark's head knot. And then your notch just hooks into that. Yeah, that's a lot better than that old stick was. So many interesting plants, and just on this one little island too.
Oh gosh, there are tons in here.
Well, we're exploring our island a bit, and we came to find out that somebody has a cabin here, so that would have been good to know ahead of time. Oh well.
Yep, this does not taste good.
Well, maybe don't eat it. They might not be ripe yet. Is it
No.
firm?
What?
Is it firm?
No, it's sort of hard.
Well, that's what firm means, but yeah, so it might not be ripe. But I'd eat it before I eat it, but Barbara doesn't do that. She likes to live life dangerously. And there's a few cabins out there. That's Great Slave Lake right out there, like the big part of it. And let's see if we can zoom in here. Yellowknife is way over that way. Yeah. So. Too bad we couldn't have explored this last night. But look at all these islands. We'd camp at any one of those, no problem. I can see some return trips. Dented up can. That's alright. Bon appetit. There's a campsite over there, that orange tent is. And I'll try to get a trout here. I've been trying for a bit with a few different spoons, and that hasn't been going awesome, so yeah, we'll see. It would be nice to have some trout for supper. We got beans and stuff too, but yeah, beans and fish go good together, so we'll see. I'm gonna chuck this out there, and if I get something, I'll show you guys. Well, I didn't get any fish, but I did find some sweet firewood. So we'll get the fire going again here. Got some baked beans on the go and some pilot biscuits again. Some more wood. And my pants, what are they doing there? Yeah, it got kind of hot. So rather than put shorts on since we're in the middle of nowhere, but I'm still decent. But I have no tan yet down there, so that'll be for another episode. Or not. Well guys, phone's almost dead, so there's a good chance I won't be able to take anything tomorrow, but all we're going to do is leave as soon as we get up and try to beat the rain on the way out here. What do you think, Barbara? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had
so
a great
far?
weekend.
Nice and relaxing? What are you making?
A little baby hat.
For who?
Ah, it's a secret.
Just got a little fire going to keep the bugs
wrong
away.
one.
And get all our dishes done. We'll just clean up camp here a little bit, get all our stuff put away, so in the morning all we gotta do is load the boat up pretty much and head out. So just in case I don't see you guys, you have a good time and take care, and we'll see you next time from next Northwest Territories. Right, Barb?
Right.